You see, if you're allowed to have the choice of a personal Social Security savings account, you have some big advantages. You control the money, the politicians don't. It builds up interest all your lifetime, so by the time you finally retire, you have a lot more money in your account. And the evidence from Galveston, Texas, and from Chile, where they've had this kind of program, is that for about half as much money, you get more than twice as much in retirement savings.
We believe that Social Security should be privatized. The Social Security program in the United States was established to give security to workers if they retire, become disabled, or experience an early death. The future of Social Security is currently on the rocks. Even though the problem is approaching slowly, it is inevitable that it will be impossible to continue the way it is. This is because the baby boomers from after World War II are approaching retirement, and the program's annual cash surplus will shrink and eventually disappear. According to SocialSecurityReform.org, then, Social Security will not be able to pay full benefits from its payroll and other tax revenues. It will need to consume ever-growing amounts of general revenue dollars to meet its obligations, money that now pays for everything from environmental programs to highway constructions to defense. Eventually, either benefits will have to be slashed, or the rest of the government will have to shrink to accommodate Social Security. As Social Security exists now, a major issue is that it will only solve economic problems until 2033.
Without the freedom to act, the more freedom we have to act, the more able we are to do the things we want to do, to create wealth, to protect the environment, to help people be equal across genders, to help children no longer have to work in factories. It's about being free to make your own choices and to live with the consequences of those choices, provided that you do not violate anyone else's freedom.
Currently, an employee pays 6.2% of their salary into a Social Security fund. Their employer pays 6.2% to the Social Security fund as well. This money is collected and distributed to current retirees, disabled survivors, and dependents. A better option would be to move Social Security into private accounts. By doing this, an employee would only pay 4.2% of their salary to put into their own Social Security account, while the employer still puts 6.2% of their employee's salary into the account. When the employee goes to retire, the money from their account would be given directly to them. This allows workers to have control over the money they make through retirement by means of personal accounts. Two very important broad social goals that deal with Social Security are freedom and security. Economic freedom is defined as the ability to choose how to produce, sell, and use one's own resources. This gives people the right to choose their own jobs, hire and fire employees, and start and close a business. This applies to privatizing Social Security because it gives people the option to choose what they want to do with the money they have accumulated over time within their personal Social Security account. As stated on Procon.org, supporters of private accounts contend that retirees would have the freedom to invest their retirement money in the stock market as they wish, theoretically earning higher returns than with government-invested funds. Economically, security is defined as a guaranteed stable income to support one's standard of living now and in the future. This includes being protected from losing your job, not having a place to live, welfare, public housing, and public education. This applies to Social Security because this way, an employee knows that the money that they accumulate over time within their account will definitely be there for them when they decide to retire or whenever they need Social Security. If Social Security is not privatized, there is a chance that an employee could receive a lesser amount back than they originally put in because the trust fund is shrinking. Another point made by Procon.org was that since Social Security is an entitlement program and Congress can change the rules regarding benefit eligibility at any time, workers paying into the Social Security system do not have a right to receive Social Security benefits. This means that there is no guarantee that an employee will actually receive the money that they put into the fund. On top of that, Congress could vote to raise the eligibility age, which would therefore force workers to wait longer to receive their benefits. In conclusion, privatizing Social Security would benefit the everyday worker by giving them the freedom to choose how and when they wish to collect their personal Social Security fund. Additionally, there would be greater security in knowing that there is not an outside party trying to tell someone what his or her best interests would be. Economically speaking, this allows employees to put 2% less of their personal earnings into an account now. This enables people to use more of the money that they earn in the present-day life while still giving them the opportunity to retain a great retirement fund.